Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm the FPL Penguin, back again with another stream for you all. Hope everyone's doing good. In today's stream, we will be talking about the hottest tweets. The hottest tweets. It's not clickbait. I don't think it's clickbait. No. We're going to have some fun with this. Talk about some good talking points in the FPL Twitter community. Some big names maybe out there, some smaller names. But anybody really who's got something, what they tweeted about, something that I feel like that I like to discuss on this channel. So big up these guys I will be showing throughout the stream. Do give them a big follow on Twitter. But yeah, definitely would love to collab with them as well. But let's get straight into it. So basically talk about the hottest tweets on Twitter, talking about going to Game Week 11. But before we get straight into it, I did a stream yesterday, a bit of a plug, shameless plug on my yesterday's video, featuring with Ben from Graduates, Focal, and Reese from FM Wonder Kids. Please do give them a follow, and please check out that video. It's the one that stream before this one. Really appreciate it. So, without any time to waste, let's get straight into it. The first one I want to talk about is boom, Jota in. Let's get these tweets up. Let's get his tweets up. If anyone does tune in, it'd be great to hear from you guys. It really would be great. So, like I said, anybody on here. So we're going to start off with Mr. Nacho, him and his partner in crime from the FPL fan show. Do get them a subscribe. We'll get to Connors in a minute, FPL Prince. But this is Nacho, as we can see right here, saying, anyone tempted by Jota would be a luxury transfer for me, one I don't intend making. A lot of people bringing in Jota. He's definitely, I personally wouldn't go for him. I personally wouldn't go for Jota. We can, well, I won't probably bring him up, but we can just talk about him a bit on my other screen, but I probably won't bring it up. I don't want to go back and forth on this. So basically, he's about 7.5 million, Jota, and he's owned by 12%. And how many goals did he get this season? He's got 4 goals and 1 assist. He's a bit of rotation with Bobby, but we know Bobby Firmino is picked up an injury, is a hamstring injury or something like that. And I believe he did all right, and Champions League last night against Atletico Madrid. Fixtures-wise, got West Ham, Arsenal, Southampton, Everton, Wolves, Villa, Newcastle. It's just about rotation, but if you want to take that punt to maybe have a double up of, or if you already got Trent in your team, maybe Trent, Salah, and Jota, or if you just want to go for Salah and you want an extra Liverpool attack and you can't afford someone like Mane, go for someone like Jota in your team, and he's only 7.5. He's relatively, good with the returns. It's a bit of a bold one. I can see Nacho's point. He's not intending on making that move, but I definitely, I wouldn't say I hate it as much, but I think it's definitely one you could consider. That's for sure. Big up the FPL Prince Connor, who's another host on the FPL fan show on YouTube. Love to get those boys on the stream one day. It would be great to hear from them. Firmino off injured. Joss is about to become very popular again. Could be a bit, like I said, very, very popular. Could be. He is a big talking point, Jota. He definitely is. Like I said, I personally wouldn't go for him. But like I said, with the fixtures, definitely, if you want to take a cheeky punt, if you like I do personally, take that chance. And Liverpool are the team in form. I'm biased as hell because I'm a Liverpool fan, but we're going at these teams. We're smashing Manchester United 5-0, Watford 5-0. We're scoring the goals. We scored 3-0 against Norwich, 2-0 win against Burnley, 1-1. Chelsea, 3-0 against Leeds, 3-0 against Palace, 3-3 in that Brentford game, 2-2 against City, 5-0, like I said, Watford United, and 2-2 against Brighton. Jota's last returns were against in game week 9 against Manchester United, a goal and an assist. But I think he's. I don't, like I said, I don't hate it. I don't want to drag on to it too much, but definitely I don't hate it, and it's definitely something that I probably wouldn't mind. You guys going for anyway. John, how you doing, mate? How are things? How was your team looking for Game Week 11? Hope you enjoyed the stream last night, mate. Hope you're doing good, mate. But next one we're going to talk about is Game Week 11 captaincy. I want to bring up this guy. He's big in the community. You know who he is. As I'd say now, he's got 11,000. Big up Boona. He's got near enough 11,000 followers. FPL Boona, do give him a follow. If you're not giving him a follow, what are you doing with your life? Give the man a follow on Twitter. But yeah, haven't given captaincy too much thought this week. So far, but I don't think I want to do Salah. A lot of people in the comments saying, well, "What are you thinking?" So I'm saying, is that because you haven't been to the gym, Hon? I mean, look at this photo here. Look at that, bam! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that arm there. Fantastic. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. That is amazing. But like I said, Salah is a bold one. It really is a bold one. I wish I could just try and bring it up for you guys, back and forth, but I'll talk about it here without messing around on the stream too much. He's about 11.9 million. He's going up in price. Mo Salah. He's over 70% picked as it's owned by over 70%. Takes penalties for Liverpool. 10 goals, 7 assists for the mighty Liverpool, and he's on a streak with returns. He's returned in every single game since game week 3. This is Mo Salah. He's dangerous. He might not have done as well against Brighton like he did against United, but I honestly feel there are some pretty decent other captaincy options out there. I can read out to you. Maybe Son under the new Conte era. They have got in the Europa League Conference League. Is it tonight? So that'll be his first game. That'll be interesting to watch. There are some good ones. Maybe Vardy against Leeds. Leeds do leak in them goals, but it's a bit of a bold one. But Son, definitely. Kane, I wouldn't really recommend for captaincy. I don't think his head's in the right place. Definitely for to pick him as a captain. I still think he wants to leave Spurs. We have got Chelsea versus Burnley, but I think Burnley will make it tough. Some people might opt for Havertz, still a bold pick. Maybe Reece James. There are some good ones to go for. Tony, for instance, or Buemo versus Norwich. That there are definitely some lovely captaincies, maybe some bold ones like Smith Rowe versus Watford. He's a lovely one too. So go back to Booner's tweet. I'm personally myself, I'm going to still captain Salah. You could say, oh, is that because the ownership scares you? There is that. And then if he does do well, it's not probably going to make much movement in my rank going up if he does haul big, like on the EO. But I want to play it safe because if I don't captain him as captain like Son and Salah goes freaking crazy, I could be going down, and I don't want that. I've not hit 100k yet, and I don't want to really hit that in this season. So it's an interesting tweet, but I think we've got a stick with Salah, that's for sure. Another one I want to move on to. Antonio. Let's get Antonio on the screen. This is a nice tweet here from All About FPL, but it's actually everything covered by FPL Bruno. Just talk about a bit about Antonio. A lot of people considering probably ditching him. I personally don't like that idea. I think being a Liverpool fan, once again, talk about Liverpool third time in a row. This was not planned. It says here, Antonio hold or sell. Retrospect, Antonio numbers so far. West Ham fixtures from 11 to 17 and beyond. Numbers, teams conceded chances from centre in the upcoming games against West Ham. Conclusion. We could give it a good read. I might click on it, who knows. But definitely do check them out. All About FPL, very, very good account. But I honestly feel that West Ham could score against us, definitely. Salah has a great record against West Ham, so that's why, hence, go back to the captaincy option. I do think he's still a good one to go for the best one. Great record against the Hammers. Antonio, I think, will open up those spaces. I watched the game against Brighton. We couldn't do anything again with the first goal that Brighton scored, that wonder goal, but the defending, even against Atletico Madrid, our defending, we left too much space for them to make some good runs past us, and we didn't mark them as well. And we seem to be like losing our heads a bit, and this is where we're probably going to go wrong, and we are going to concede these goals like we did against Brentford and all that. So where we should be keeping clean sheets. So I personally would keep hold of Antonio. If you've got Antonio, don't get rid of him. He's about 40% 45%. I would not get rid of him. I would not get rid of him. That's for sure. We can bring him up on this. On my screen. I don't know about your screen. Like I say, it's just a quick stream. I want to just get this out there for you guys. He's about 48% owned. This is Antonio. 8.2 million. Like I say, if you get rid of him, it could be harder to get him back in because that'd be his buying price, wouldn't it? He's got 6 goals and 4 assists to his name. Just because he has bad game, he had a bad game against Aston Villa, and that 4-1 win doesn't mean he's sellable. That you should sell him. He's so good, and his big chances in games and stuff. I definitely wouldn't look at getting rid of him. He's just a very, very good player. I know he's got, what fixtures wise has he got next? He's got Liverpool next. Then he's got Wolves and Man City, Crystal Palace. Got the 3 points versus Man City away from home. I'd love Antonio starting that game. Brighton, Chelsea, Burnley, Arsenal, Norwich, Southampton. After that. But this guy's nearly owned by 50%, nearly half the users in this game. I personally wouldn't get rid of him for Liverpool. I wouldn't bench him. Yeah, I think you're crazy. That's me. That's what I think. I think you need to start him. And this is coming from a Liverpool fan. I think he'll score. I think he will. I think it's bold to bench someone with that high up of ownership. I think it is bold. I really do think so. So I recommend, personally, you shouldn't do it, in my opinion. John, how you doing? 53 with a hit, 49 points. What's that, mate? Is that FPL or the Champions League? How did you get on in the Champions League, if that isn't the Champions League? We'll talk about that in another stream, but definitely I'd love to talk about how I got 120 points in my game. But we're going to move on now. Who's this now? We've got Spurs and Conte. Have a little shimmy up here. Is it the next one we're talking about? No, it's Spurs fullbacks. But we can talk about both of these. We can talk about at the same time. This is from Simon. Give him a follow. Keep it to yourselves, lads. But Reguilon at 5 million has, is it 5 million? Yeah, 5 million has a higher chance creation and big chance creation per 90 than Cancelo. Now, Cancelo, I want to put it out there. I think he got 3 assists last night against Bruges. Just want to put it out there. 3 assists this season. Reguilon, chances created 0.97, big chances created 0.11. Cancelo, chances created 0.87, big chances 0.10. So make it what you will. There's nothing down here if you want to have a look at this. Have a little shimmy down here. We've got Andy replying. There's Andy. Reguilon propaganda. I'm here for it. We've got here, Cancelo does have more points though, if you care about that sort of stuff. Reguilon 36, Cancelo 53. It depends what you guys think. But what you think? And we will go straight. We'll go straight into the Conte Reguilon Conte Spurs era. We'll have a good look at it here. Let me get back here, and we'll have a look because there's a lot of predicted lineups coming out. This is from a Spurs account called the Lily Whites, and this is what they think. Here is our predicted lineup for the first match of the Conte era. Spurs needs a drastic comeback in the Europa Conference League. So this could be what he thinks is the lineup for the Conference League. This is a very strong team. I know that a lot of them are not in form, but this is a similar formation to what they played, what Conte had at Inter Milan. You have Reguilon and Emerson. And even there's talk about Lucas Moura probably being the attacking right wing back instead of Emerson. So they've got some good options there. So God knows what's going to happen to Bergwijn. But I think this looks very nice. I think we're thinking too much of it at the moment. Wait to see what happens. You've got Dyer in that defence, Sanchez, 50-50. Can he make them better players? But looking at this, it does look nice. It does look a nice formation. You've got Son and Kane up front. It will tempt me more. If he plays Son up front with Kane, that will tempt me more to have Son on my team. Like I said, I've already put Son in if you watched last night's stream. But yeah, it's a very interesting team. It's a very interesting formation, and this is what worked out well for. It might not necessarily work out well for Spurs, but it worked out well for Conte at Inter. So it's going to be interesting to see how these players adapt to this possible new formation. That's for sure. What's here? But you got John Harris. John, how you doing, mate? How are things? Afternoon Penguin. Bench and dilemma like a lot of players this week. Would you bench Jimenez or Antonio this week? Well, Jimenez got Palace, hasn't he? Like I was saying about a few minutes ago, John, I'd say start Antonio. Being a Liverpool fan, me, I think he's going to probably score against us. But Jimenez, I know he scored, was it last game week and against Everton? He's not really it's a tough one, but I'd say start Antonio, mate. I say start Antonio. John saying Champions League 94 points. Amazing, man. Amazing. I hope you're doing good, John. Hope you're doing good. Two Johns. The two Johns are here. John Harris and John Sparta. In life, good. They have a good chat. Look at that. Having a good chat. Really nice to see. But yeah, we'll go back to... Let's get this going here. Yeah, this looks better, doesn't it? How are we all doing, guys? If you're enjoying, hit the like button and do consider subscribing. Big things coming to this channel. Really am enjoying doing these streams and having guests on as well. So hopefully have some more guests on. So yeah, going back to Conte, get you any questions through. We're looking at the hottest tweets. Go back on the stream as well. How will Spurs adapt to this? It's going to be interesting. Romero, Lloris, I think it will look good, and it really would tempt me to have Son. And like I said, I've got Son on my team, done the move already. Great to Son for a free transfer. So I'd rather own Son at this time because he's the better man in form than over Kane, him and Kane. So I definitely will watch this match tonight if it's on TV. If they do play these players like Son and Kane, and I know it's, but they did lose to this team, didn't they? Did they lose to this team? Are they Dutch as well? A Dutch team. In the reverse fixture, so it's going to be interesting. He might go full strength, who knows? So I think that could be the way to go about it. I really do think so. Banners. Let's have a look. We're going to have a look at Trent back in as well. We're going to get that on the screen because we know Mr. Harry, FPL Tips or FPL Harry. I believe you've changed your name now. But yeah, FPL Tips or FPL Harry put out here, it's as if Trent heard some people in the community consider selling. What a baller. What a ball. That's why he's the second best right back in the league. We won't go through that, but he's not the second best right back in the league. You can see there a little comment. But yeah, big up FPL Tips Harry. Do give him a follow. He's a YouTube channel as well. He does streams on a regular basis as well. So do give him a follow. But yeah, just wanted to talk about with Trent. Was it 2 assists against Atletico Madrid? So happy being a Liverpool fan. Done the double over Atletico Madrid now. I feel like that's revenge. It's Simone, what his name is, the Madrid manager. But yeah, I think Trent is definitely someone to probably consider bringing back in. I just bring the fixtures back up for Liverpool. We can. Should we change the screen? I think it's better if we change the screen, isn't it, lads? Let me just get back on the screen. And we'll get it back on the screen with fancy football. Boom. There we go. We've got it on the screen now. That's perfect, isn't it? We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Trent Alexander-Arnold is nearly 30% owned. He's got 3 assists to his name so far this season. But he's playing a lot better. When you watch him in games, like when I watch him games, he is so good to watch. And when I don't own him, it really worries me. As an FPL manager, it really does worry me. But look at the fixture here. West Ham, Arsenal, Southampton, Everton. I want to start to bring him back in. I'm thinking of bringing him back in personally. I'm thinking about bringing him back in for game week 12 against Arsenal. We all seem to have really high scoring, beat Arsenal at Anfield a lot. But I think it could be a tight game. But I like to bring him back for that game after the West Ham game. But some lovely fixtures. You've got Wolves, Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, Leeds, Leicester. You've got Brentford down there as well, Everton. But a 7.6, and I think the time I bring him back, he'll be a 7.7 probably, who knows. But I could do the move myself, and I personally would definitely recommend bringing him back in. I'm thinking about doing Azpilicueta to Trent maybe next game week after the international break, of course. And I can do that, as you can see there. But Trent is definitely somebody who I think we should be probably looking to bring him back in very, very soon if we have got rid of him or haven't brought him in yet, because he is also on the bonus as well. He's picked up 9 bonus in total. So, like I say, he's pushed himself up the pitch lights. And as soon as he crosses that ball near the edge of the box, you just know, you think someone's going to get on the end of it and he's going to get those assist points. So, definitely look at, I think the double Chelsea, I think everyone's probably going to keep on the whole Chilwell, Reece, James thing for a while. But if you can squeeze Trent in, then nice one. But if you can get rid of either Reece or Chilwell, maybe because Chilwell's more nailed on than Reece, I'd say, probably do that. But that's pretty much it. We have got comments. Look at his comments. Let's say hello to a few people. Here we go. Ismail, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Your question. I need to sell Antonio. Who should I buy? I already have Tony and Vardy. Look at Hwang from Wolves. He's a good one. Hwang from Wolves. That's it, really. There's some other good players. Well, there's not really that many that tempt me in the forward line. We'll move on now. We'll hold it there now. With just regular chat. We'll get rid of that, and we'll talk a bit now of forwards to probably bring in. So who have you got, mate? You've got Tony and Vardy already. I personally, you don't need to sell Antonio. Don't sell Antonio. It depends how much money you got. You could bring in Ronaldo, but I personally wouldn't sell Antonio, mate. I don't think there's any point. There's not any point selling him. I think that's quite, a knee-jerky move to get rid of him, because I still think he's a really good player to have, and it'd be hard to get him back in if he does hit that form again. I think he'll score against us, like I said. I personally wouldn't get rid of him. What's this guy saying? The Galactic Hobbit. I'm going to wait to see how West Ham play and line up tonight and make a decision, definitely. But I think definitely keep him, guys, definitely. And also he's saying here's where I wait for the Spurs lineup and rush before Spurs assets, definitely. He's also replying to Ismail as well, saying Jimenez, Hwang, Wilson, Watkins are good alternatives. They are. I think Watkins is a bit. Aston Villa aren't really a team to watch, so I definitely avoid Aston Villa. But I wouldn't get rid of Antonio. That's me, mate. That's me, guys. John said I'm keeping Antonio, but understand why Foco jump shit. I do as well. I kind of do as well. I understand that, but I think it's a bit of a knee jerk, a lot like just saying. I think it's a bit of a panic move. I really do think so, and it could come back to haunt you. It could. That's me saying it personally. But we will probably wrap things up there. Listen, I've enjoyed this. I really have enjoyed this, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. And do consider subscribing. Really appreciate it. I've been the Penguin. And you've been the Bubbly Bunch Army, and hopefully we'll be streaming maybe a deadline stream, who knows, tomorrow, or you might catch me Sunday or Monday, who knows. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and do take care.